y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Mandisa. I hope that you are well. I don't say this often enough as I should, but this channel is about everything arts related, all the issues, with a special focus on the business side of things. Now with that said, we here on Barbados are free. There's no more curfew after today. All the curfew restrictions will be lifted, which means things can start to progress and things can start to open back up farther more. I will stop saying return to a state of normalcy because we will have a new normal, so it will not be as things were prior to COVID. That is for sure. Right now, a lot of things have changed already, and some of those things will remain in effect for God knows how long. So we are progressing to just opening back up and things beginning to flow, and not to a state of normalcy pretty much. Now, there are about 7 things more for others, but 7 things that I think you should have learned from this process, whether it's been forced to think about or because you genuinely make sure that they were a concern and priority of yours. And number 1, I think number 1, 2, 3, 4 is centered around money, but number 1 is the management of your money. You have to manage your money, because you can get $100,000 today. If you don't know how to manage your money, by tomorrow you could be at 0. And by managing it is making sure that you are able to have more in hand or at the bank than more going out. So making sure your expenses do not come in at more than your income or whatever monies you have in hand, and not mapping out this great plan based on what could be. So planning for checks that are not there as yet, those things will leave you very disappointed and very broke, and we don't want that. So make sure your expenses are lower than the money that you make, and not lower by $50. Like, that is that gives you no room to do anything. You have to make sure your expenses are at a point, the ratio between the two are at a point where you can still do all the things that you need to do, still do all and provide that for who you need to provide for, so that you can manage life throughout and live. You just don't want to survive, you want to live and experience things. So expenses and income need to be this way. When on the seesaw, it needs to be this way wherever possible. Everybody's situation is not the same, and you might be in a stage of sacrificing things now for better, but it should not be a permanent state where your expenses always come in more than the monies you have in hand or at the bank. So that is number 1. Saving money is essential. You just don't want to saving money and investing. You just don't want to, okay, my expenses low, my income is great, what I can move it, and you spend, and it keeps going that way. You need to be able to plan for rainy days, rainy months, and rainy years, such as 2020. 2020 for some has been the absolute worst. It has been so unpredictable. That is why people say plan for that, always plan for that rainy day. You do not know when it is going to come, because it is unpredictable. It's not supposed to, okay, I'm going to give you a rainy day tomorrow so you get time to work out things. It does not work like that. So wherever possible you can try to save. Everybody is not in a position where they can save, but they should be trying to cut those expenses. Don't watch what people got. Please don't watch what people got. Do what is best for you. So that's number 1, number 2, and number 3. And that's something we often do just to say, oh, like we make a gig or we were seen here and there, and it is necessary at certain times so that the visibility is there and people know who you are. But at other times it is just, let me just say, it's just downright nasty and selfish, and that is lowering your price or undercutting so low that you are being paid little to nothing for the gig just because you want to be at a gig. And it is hard to not do it when you are not making any money. Some would say $50 is better than 0, but you have to consider the entire industry. I feel like I need to do an entire video about undercutting and my thoughts on it, and maybe get some other people's input, because when you do that, it damages the industry for every single body, and it has been happening for years. and nobody is saying how to do it correctly. So the younger people coming up don't know, and they're repeating the same mistakes, and we forever in this wheel going round and round and round and round. But yeah, I'll definitely do that, but try not to do it wherever possible. Like, be strong, say no, say I will not go any lower, consult with somebody else to advise you better, for the sake of you, your livelihood, and the entire industry. Save your money, manage your money, don't undercut so low that you end up with nothing at the end. Because the next time the person come back, don't think they can just say, okay, you quote me $300 last year, I can come back for the same $150. Guess what? They can come back and want to know if it could be $250, and then $200, and then quick, so you don't at $175, $150, and then they don't want you on the gig to get somebody else. You don't want to be in that situation. Try your best not to be. So that is that. Now, away from the money side is focusing on your balance of life and mental health. Being in a good space, being in a good mental space, it's important for you to get through all of those things that I manage. If you are not in control of who you are, in control of your emotions, everything will go haywire, and putting it off to another day will increase the likelihood of you damaging yourself in the long run. And one day you will get up and not be able to do anything, and there's nobody that can help you apart from the doctor prescribing medication, which is a temporary fix, but you. So try where you can to take care of your mental health. Take breaks. I know for some is that you're always catching because you want to do this, you want to be here, you want to do everything. But if you're able to manage your expenses well and be content with what you have, you will not feel like you have to catch and be everywhere in everybody's face each and every time. You have to take care of yourself. Run into drugs and alcohol and other substances are temporary fixes, and they will wear on you at some point. That is just the reality. So taking care of your mental space is important. Balance of life, and balance in life in terms of making family priority, because you could just lose somebody tomorrow, and you know you don't have those memories, or all you have is those memories. So take time, whether it's once a day, once a month, to do something special with the ones that you love, because the memories are all they will have or you will have. This leads into the other thing, which is valuing your time. Making sure that the time you spend, for the most part, it won't happen every time. The time you spend is doing the things that you love, doing the things that you enjoy, doing the things that fulfill you, not wasting time on negative situations, not wasting your time on negative people. Making sure that you as a person are fulfilled. We are very curious, imaginative beings. We have different aspects to us. For the most part, there are many different things that you may be interested in, and taking part in those things and being a part of it and having those experiences are very important for you to live a full life. So valuing your time, making sure that you prepare and don't put off things for tomorrow, because it is not promised. Managing your time as well. Back into the money aspect is the situation of making your tax contributions, whether it be voluntary contributions if you do not meet the requirements for someone who is deemed self-employed, or contributions as a self-employed person. Those who have gone through the right systems, have done it correctly and consistently, have benefited throughout this time, and we too as creatives can benefit from it as well. So if you would meet the requirements of a self-employed person, making your contributions there, or if you need to do it on a voluntary scale where it may not be as consistent to meet that threshold, you can do that as well. So all you need to do is to find out more about that. Self-employed or voluntary contributions, you have no excuse to not pay those contributions, and they definitely in the end are beneficial to you. And there's no doubt that having multiple streams of income is essential. It is essential, and it could be in things that you're a little less passionate about. These things can just be passive income. You just want to get this money in and out. It does not require you being there. It does not require any long thought process. It may be just you investing in another business, some sort of agreement there, but having multiple streams of income are essential, because when one falls through the crack, you have one coming from somewhere else. At least two. So they don't have to be equal in value, but there should be enough to sustain the things that you normally do, or the things that are essential to you. So that has been my 7 things I think this COVID-19, this pandemic, this lockdown, this quarantine should have taught you as a creative coming from the business side of things. If not, I don't know what it will take, but to each his very own. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.